Good morning, and welcome to the 11th Annual State of the County Breakfast. Good morning. My name is Ben Stone. I'm Director of the Sonoma County Economic Development Board. While you're finishing your breakfast, I would like to thank all 450 of you for joining us here today. This program is being webcast live on the internet and will remain available for downloading all year at the Economic Development Board's website. You can also listen to the program tonight on KRCB radio at 6:30. Our recognition and our thanks go to C Media, Vista Broadband, and the County Information Systems Department for their technical expertise in producing this webcast. Before we go any further, I'd like to thank the companies that have helped support economic development in Sonoma County. Please join me in a round of applause for our major sponsors. And I'd like to recognize our breakfast that we had today. The ingredients come from local sources throughout the county. I'd also like to extend a welcome to the many federal, state, and local elected officials and their staff members who are with us here today. As your name is called, please stand and remain standing so we can acknowledge and thank you for your dedication to public service. For audience members, please hold your applause till we get through the group, and then we'll have a general set of applause. So let's begin with our Congressman for the south part of Sonoma County, Jared Huffman. Jared, if you'll stand. And for Mike Thompson, we've got Sean Hamlin. For State Senators, Noreen Evans, represented by Ed Sheffield. For the State Assembly, we've got Mariko Yamada with Chris Rogers here. For West Chesborough, we've got Matty Hirschfeld. And we have an Assemblyman, Mark Levine, also for the southern part of the county. He is here as well. From the Board of Supervisors, we have David Rabbit, Chair of the Board, Susan Gorin, Mike McGuire, Efren Carrillo, and the District Shirley Zane, and the District Attorney Jill Ravitch, Bill Rousseau, the County Clerk Recorder Assessor, and from the Auditor Controller, David Sundstrom. For the City of Cloverdale, their mayor is here, Carol Russell, along with Vice Mayor Bob Cox. City of Guitati, Wendy Skillman, the Vice Mayor. The Vice Mayor of Healdsburg is here, Sean McCaffrey, joined by Gary Ploss. City of Petaluma, Council Member Kathy Miller is here. And from the City of Rohnert Park, the entire City Council is here. I guess it's a good thing because we're holding it in Rohnert Park. Maybe they biked over. Mayor Joseph Callanan, Amy Ahanitu, the Vice Mayor, Council Members Gina Belforte, Jake McKenzie, and Pam Stafford. From the City of Santa Rosa, Vice Mayor Robin Swinth and Council Member Gary Wasowski. From the City of Sonoma, the Mayor Pro Tem David Cook. Town of Windsor, Deborah Fudge, Council Member. And from the Sonoma County Office of Education, we have Steve Harrington, the Superintendent, along with board members Gina Kuklas, Helga Lemke, Ray Peterson, Lisa Whitkey-Schaffner, and Kathleen Wilbanks. Did I miss anybody? Great, let's give them all a round of applause for their service. Well, I stand here this morning with plenty of good news. Today I'm going to address something truly remarkable, how in the wake of a deeply painful recession, this region has strengthened around three distinct themes: the theme of local economy, the theme of community, and of new partnerships. Addressing first the economy, the Economic Development Board has just concluded our annual community indicators report. We've got a summary here on your table, so a takeaway for you. I'll hit some highlights. We gauge our performance against 8 comparable counties around the state. What we find around Sonoma County, I think, is very impressive. For instance, in terms of our quality of life indicators, we are among the best in California, far surpassing the statewide average. In terms of our job growth is stronger than most, and we have the second lowest unemployment rate of the comparable counties. Tourism is booming, and our hotels have the highest occupancy rate of any comparable county in California. That's a real testament to Ken Fishang and the Tourism Bureau, all the visitor centers and bureaus, and the industry all working together to attain that remarkable record. Our manufacturers and tech sectors are reviving, and emerging clusters in areas like craft beverages are coming forward. And our latest business confidence survey shows that local business leaders are at record highs in their optimism, and many are planning to report they're planning to do more hiring and more capital investments over the next year. But all is not sweetness and light. We've still got some real concerning trends to address. For instance, while our unemployment rate is 6%, there are thousands of people that want to go back to work, find a job, and contribute to our society. Plus, one of our biggest workforce challenges looking ahead is the high number of older workers. 25% of the people in the fields of manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture right now are eligible to retire. So that's looking ahead, that's a concern. And finally, I think as we're well aware today, it's 70 degrees out in the middle of January. We face real challenges around water availability and climate change, and they continue, I think, to kind of haunt us and make us examine our habits, our practices, and our expectations, both in business and in our personal lives. You know, there's many wonderful, beautiful places around California, but I think what distinguishes Sonoma County is our second theme around community. Much of the good news I report today is the direct result of a community that has proven its resolve to tackle complex issues head-on and will continue to do so this year. A couple of years ago, our Board of Supervisors directed the Economic Development Board to take a more proactive role in stabilizing the local economy, working with business and community members to understand what steps would create jobs, improve our standards of living, and strengthen Sonoma County as a whole. As a result, innovative new programs have been created around business development, retention, and assistance, with 2013 being the first full year of these efforts. We are now out in the broader business community on a daily basis, working with businesses to learn more about their needs and helping them solve problems. Largely shaped by the input from the community, these business assistance efforts have been particularly active. And to provide services for other startup and expanding businesses, we now offer the only business hotline in the state of California and California's only customized market research program to help businesses grow to the next level. All these programs have been very active this year. We've visited and worked with more than 400 companies and provided over 1,000 types of direct assistance to them. Also driven by the volunteer efforts of our community coming together through the Innovation Action Council, they forged ahead and came through with recommendations the Board of Supervisors has adopted. First of all, the county will be adopting an online permit tracking system like FedEx Works for permits to vastly improve the permit process. I think Brian Ling said during our sessions, if we get that permit online, that will reduce 80% of the problems with permit processing. I hope he's right. For the first time, a new employer-driven workforce strategy has been developed by the Workforce Investment Board at the recommendation of the Innovation Council, and they are implementing that strategy. And finally, for the first time, the variety, 30 or 40 groups that do marketing and promotion have come together through the BEST program to align their marketing efforts. And so this brings me to our final theme, partnership. You'll often hear that supporting business is a team sport, and it is quite true that new partnerships forged over the last couple of years have been key to several business successes. This collaboration was beneficial in several cases, and I'll just give you a couple examples. The first case exemplifies how the public and private sectors work together to help bring a business here. As the initial contact for a company called World Centric from the South Bay, the EDB met with the company, went over things with them, and eventually World Centric chose the city of Petaluma as their preferred and ideal location. They went on then to work with the city of Petaluma, with Ingrid Alberti, and with Sonoma County BEST, and they persuaded them to finalize their decision and come to Sonoma County. That company is now coming, and they will have 35 new jobs here. A second example was another South Bay transplant, Applied Chemical Laboratories, whose owner reached out to Supervisor Mike McGuire seeking help in relocation. Our group worked with this company, and we got through 5 state and local regulatory agencies for that company. Applied Chemical Laboratories is now here and plans to create 13 new technology jobs. Finally, we worked with the company coming here that was also caught in a regulatory snarl, and we were able to work with them through the processes. They're bringing 20 new jobs to start, and we'll hire 10 more after that in the upcoming year. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's 3 new companies and 70 new jobs we didn't have a year ago here. So we're making progress. Though job creation has been a priority for Sonoma County, it's not overshadowed the area's desire for a sustainable, healthy lifestyle. Many programs support this unique ethic, including the Sonoma County Green Business Program, which worked with over 70 businesses last year to help them achieve sustainability goals. A new workplace wellness program that is it's all voluntary with that to help recognize companies that have healthy practices, helping their employees be more successful. An upcoming effort we'll be doing is working with business owners in our emerging clusters, like the biking and outdoor recreation section, in the craft food, the small farmstead cheese, along with craft beverages sector, and then finally with the for-profit, the creative arts that we have in our county. We'll be starting this session in the spring, and we'll come up with some good action plans from there. Our Sonoma County Film Office. How many of you knew we had a film office in Sonoma County? Good. Well, they did over $1 million of business this year with the films, and we have a major production that's, I think, set to come in the spring that will start out with 100 jobs here over for several months. And if all that comes about, it'll be very cool. Finally, our 5th annual Restaurant Week is coming up March 10th to the 16th. It's Sonoma County's most delicious week. We do this in partnership with the Tourism Bureau and many other groups, all the chambers and cities around the county. It's going to be a particularly delicious week this year because we've been able to work with the restaurants to offer special lunch pricing during the week along with dinners. So you'll have twice as much fun during the week if you want. Taken as a whole, Sonoma County's recent successes are the result of many valuable partnerships and high levels of community engagement. As such, it appears that we really have a bright 2014 ahead of us.